Hey, this is Sean Mac with the next week's topic with privacy and security online. And this week I have a guest, one of my housemates again. His name is Jordan. So before we go any further, I'll let Jordan introduce himself.
What's up? Like Sean said, I'm one of his housemates. Most of the time you'll see me on the front porch, hanging out. I play soccer here at Greenville, also a senior, and biology major.
Yeah, so like every other week I try to pick people in regards to the topic that I think they fit it well. So the reason why I picked Jordan here is since we're on the topic of privacy and security online on the internet, a little known fact about Jordan is he's not a fan of ordering anything online. He barely does Facebook, he barely does all the social media stuff. But one of the biggest things he always, I've known him for a long time, and he's never put credit card information in and anything like that to purchase anything. So I find that interesting since I buy stuff off Amazon and yada yada yada. So Jordan, man, why don't you do that? I know you probably told me, but what's
Well, I just find it really interesting that people are able to so freely give out their 16-digit number,
like credit card.
Yeah, freely to anybody. Like, it's like, hi, yes, I'm buying your product, and I expect you to take care of this through a transaction that can be externally done between you and I. However, it's like, I'm giving you the right to basically go into my account, take the money that I earned, yet without me even talking to you or knowing you.
Mm-hmm.
Without that face-to-face interaction, I just find it skeptical. So,
so I did like a blog. Yeah, that was one of my. I did a blog and I did like 3 topics. Like that was one, and then the other one was like how a lot of like social media apps are like Facebook, for example. They made people download the Messenger app and crap, like stuff like that. And I kind of wrote about like why is like all these applications trying to like do their own texting message, like because a lot of people think
they're just trying to monopolize like everything within their grasp.
Yeah, but how does security think that is? Because I know because some people are skeptical, like, well, everyone reads your text messages, everyone reads your phone calls. What do you think like these social media apps are doing? You think they're kind of doing the same thing? Like, think Facebook can read all our conversations or track this and that, or?
Well, that's one thing growing up is like I learned that anything and everything that you put out there can be accessible by somebody. Someone's able to get in there. Someone's able to hack it, whether they're through a funded Greenville College IT student or whether that be the government. Like, essentially they could be one and the same for they're still able to view the information that you expect to be private between a conversation of me and one other person. However, that conversation can be visible to a third party that you're unaware of.
Mm-hmm. And now, do you think like the NSA, like, and all of them, like the top people, they like I have their website up and their like slogan is defending our nation, securing the future. Now, do you believe like post 9/11? Do you think that what the government's doing as far as doing that, defending our nation, securing the future, you think they're just doing that? Do you think they're we're tracking your calls, reading your phone, or whatever, yada yada, because to defend and secure, or do you think there's without bringing conspiracies into it, do you think there's something they're?
I suppose with the government and NSA, the way you put it, is they do things such as invade privacy to get an upper hand, because it says to secure our future and defend, basically. Well, it's easier to defend something whenever you know what it is instead of acting and fighting blindly. As for securing the future, that I don't really know what that would have to come into play with through privacy. Like, I don't know.
So how do you think, compared to now and like pre iPhones and data and smartphones, do you think it was the same when like we had the Nokia bricks? Like do you think it's definitely like advanced, I guess? Like you think privacy now is like in all the privacy terms and conditions were the same as they were back then, like 10, 15 years ago?
Well, probably not. So many things are more accessible through iPhones and smartphones. Like back with the Nokia brick or like a Razor or whatever, you weren't able to get on Facebook and instant message somebody while at the same time sending a picture to your friend, while in return they're texting you back or even possibly on a different internet website, like all at the same time. With the previous phones, like obviously we weren't able to do that. Yeah. So I suppose as the phones change, the requirements for our privacy are being diminished a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's like the more things that we're able to access are basically the more things in return they're also able to access of us.
Like if we have Google Maps to play with, what do they have to play with?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like obviously we're not getting told all the information that we should know or deserve to know, just because like it's just hidden.
I don't think we could handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it is a good thing and a bad thing. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. My personal opinion is I think it is good to defend the nation, because it is. Because I know I read an article where like I know they have stopped a lot of attacks.
Well, yeah. There's pros and cons to all.
And then I know there's always gonna be people who hate it,
right,
and love it, and just people who need to find something to argue about. So or another topic about how like the applications like social media, how they've expanded into like every time you download an app, it seems like nowadays, like on iPhone especially, like it always asks like your location and like stuff like that, like do you allow this map, or like the GPS and like Facebook and the Weather Channel or whatever. Right, how do you think that, like, do you think they're like Facebook and Weather is only doing that for their purpose, like demographics and helping them serve, or or how comfortable do you personally feel when the app says, hey Jordan, can we track your location, every move that you use this app? Do you think there's how do you feel about that?
I mean, like we talked earlier, it's like the pros and cons.
Yeah.
They're able to rely on where I'm at, and they do that to help me. Like if with the weather app, I don't want to know the weather that's going on in like Colorado or something. Like I turn on the location, so they're able to give me the information that I acquire more quickly by releasing that information. But it is odd. It's basically putting a pinpoint on top of you. It's like, this is where Jordan is. Like you look at a map and you see the "you are here" symbol.
Yeah.
And yeah, that could be a bit frightening. Just a bit odd.
Yeah. Well,
like I guess I could like just being tracked, under a microscope.
Yeah. So, without getting into detail, how do you think it's going to be in like 10 years? Technology-wise and privacy-wise, I mean...
Dude, I have no idea. That one's so difficult to answer because...
This whole topic's like... the whole topic's complicated to explain because you don't want to... I don't know.
Well, it's difficult because I look at it from the vantage point of like, I'm still a son. I'm still, developing, and whenever you speak of like 10, 20 years from now, what do I think? It's like, well, not only I'll be looking through my perspective, but like also like possibly my kids. What privacy issues do I want them to encounter? Well, but also I think of how maybe people 50 years ago, when they were asked the very same question, would they have been able to say, iPhone's this, iPhone that? It's like, well, if you think about it, like, it was less than 7 years ago, the Razor was the biggest thing. Within 7 years, we've basically have a handheld, high processing computer. I mean, that's 7 years. Like and how on earth am I able to predict, I guess? So it's just tough. Like things move so rapidly.
Yeah, I think it's how everybody is, and I don't know.
I mean, it's frightening. Like it's.
It's exciting, but it's still just frightening. Alrighty, well that's about it. Yeah, I mean, without getting into too depth of detail on this topic, you know, that's just kind of the basics. You know, like you said, we're kids and sons, college students, so I mean, we can't really, we don't know what the future holds as far as technology and privacy. So yeah, I want to thank Jordan for taking 10, 11 minutes out of his night to talk about some deep talk about privacy.
Dude, I can't. I only dropped papers for this.
Yeah.
There it
What?
is. Hello.
Speaking of privacy, I can't even get privacy in my own room. Oh, you shaved your beard off.
Yeah.
You look like a baby.
I know.
You look like a baby. A newborn child.
I forgot the meeting was going on.
It's okay. You ruined it. But it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, this is ThisIsSeanMac. My roommate just shaved his beard, so we're gonna go make fun of him or something. So I'll see you guys next topic. Bye.
Farewell.